Hello again. I was uncertain you would return.
I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little soiree I'm planning. A business meeting, of a sort at least. All right, fine. I need your help. It's about an artifact, and our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it. Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect. Ah, yes, you're intimately familiar with the area. No need to sugarcoat then. It's going to be treacherous, but I'm hoping our combined talents will be able to handle it.
Nothing good comes from Neon. Pretty much ever.
What do you say? I just need a ride to Neon, we talk to a few of your fellow Neon citizens, and then we're back for drinks. To the Volai star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited. Smell that? Construction, incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass. Quite true, but also opportunity. Our opportunity. We need to stop by the Stroud-Ekman offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this.
Back off. What's in order?
But here, Caroline.
Crime rating of only 16%. Your safety is almost
Here.
The time's right. I'd appreciate a chat.
Mr. Stroud, we didn't know you were coming in.
It's all right. I just need to have a short chat with my counterpart. Is she in today?
Yes, allow me to bust you in, sir. You know, Mr. Stroud, you are so lucky. I'm in the middle of some quarterly earnings analysis.
Walter,
Excuse me.
Issa.
shall we continue from last time? The luxury cruise line market is completely outside of our core competencies. Investing into it is a mistake.
No, I'm here about... Wait a minute, a mistake. Our ship designers are the best in the settled systems.
They design personal craft and military ships, Walter. Large-scale accommodations and hospitality is a completely different beast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I am arguing with my partner, and you're just standing right here. Issa Eklund, the hyphenated Eklund in our glorious company's branding. I see my partner has brought a labor dispute to my office.
No, I did not. Look, this isn't the time or the place.
I disagree. I don't see a reason we can't have this discussion. I won't belittle your position with some speech about how Stroud Eklund pays people more than average, or our years of charitable contributions. The fact is, the invisible hand of the market does not give out its gifts equally. We are literally in a tower, standing above the streets of the city. The metaphor isn't lost on me. Yes, they are. But my company comes first to me. Family is often an empty word in corporate culture, but I believe in it. If you belong to Stroud Eklund, we will take care of you. But that is where my sympathies end. I wish I could say I was a better person than that, but I'm not.
If none of the corporate fat cats give a damn about Neon, then it will never, ever get better.
That's the Neon ultra-competitiveness talking. Don't let her fool you. She moves mountains for others all the time.
If my partner is done undermining my position, why doesn't he tell me just how you two met?
Merely pointing out your finer qualities, Issa. And my colleague here is from Constellation.
Ah, yes, the daring explorers my partner is so infatuated with. You should hear him reciting that speech.
There's no need to go into that.
Oh, my heart skips a beat when he does it. Really, it does. Such passion. If he talked to the board that way, I wouldn't need to placate them so much. Who was it again, Walter? The founder of Constellation?
Sebastian Banks, his final address before he disappeared.
Seconded.
Look at you, Walter. Secretly a Constellation geek?
I am not going to be forced into embarrassment in my own office. The answer is no.
Talk to him about it later. Once he cools down, he'll be all ears. I know. It's my favorite hobby. Now, why are you here, my dear? The board meeting isn't for a while, and our vacations aren't coming up either.
It's the discretionary fund, Issa. I need all of it.
Ugh. This wouldn't have anything to do with that meeting you've set up at the Astro Lounge, would it?
I never said that. Did you have an agent hack into my files again?
Only after you had one hack into mine. Tell me, can mutual distrust lead to a point where it's actually the same as mutual trust? Exactly. You can see how removed my husband is from the groundwork if he's overlooked something so obvious.
That was the point. Neutral territory in the open.
With no leverage. Oh, you must let me help. It's been too long.
I have this all taken care of.
Some investigation into the cellar. What's motivating them? Then, some preliminary casing of the Astral Lounge for security flaws. Give you the advantage if things go wrong.
Bribe a few bouncers, alter the codes on the doors.
Yes, exactly. I hate being selfish, but I would like some time with my husband. We need to go through the fund authorizations anyway.
James Newell is the broker who knows our cellar. He'll be able to help you find out more about them. And it shouldn't be hard to find the Astral Lounge. Here, let me at least give you some operation funds since I won't be joining you. Meet me back here. I'm going to be present for the negotiation. I'm not leaving you to the Neon Sharks, I promise.
When you get a moment, can we talk?
So, what'll it be today? The Astro Lounge is one of the safest places in all of Neon. Security is handpicked from the finest officers in the city. I'm afraid that would be a serious fire hazard. And I think it's only fair to warn you that the network security on our doors is state-of-the-art. Private meetings are usually held in the floor above. Just use the elevators. Then I would say you'd be interested in the Astro Lounge VIP package. For a reasonable fee, our security can be your security. We do strive for setting the most reasonable rate. Huh. You work for Stroud Eklund? Well, perhaps something could be arranged. A compelling argument from a city native. Well, I think we can certainly offer a discounted rate for you, if you were still interested. Excellent. Let me just apply that discount we discussed, and done. We do hope your meeting goes to your satisfaction. Hope to see you again.
Yes. What?
You got...
You should have seen the look on Dexler's face when we told him. God couldn't paint a better picture. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Had a freelancer trail the seller back to his place. Sleep Crate 1. Feel like making a purchase today? Tell everyone you know about our store.
If a neuroamp helps,
What I don't sell, I can sell.
Still so tense. Normally, once we're alone, your shoulders relax. They're taut.
We're on to something remarkable. Maybe what I've always dreamed of.
I can tell. I can see your mind racing.
I haven't even stopped to ask you how you're doing.
I'm fine. The board complains. I assure them. There's the occasional assassination attempt.
So, you don't need anything from me then?
I don't.
Am I just some useless stargazer? You would have been better off marrying a Hope or a Tayo, someone who could be with you at every meeting.
Oh, don't go on about that again. Needing you isn't the same as wanting you. And I'd much rather want my partner than need them. Less complicated.
I know Constellation seems to take up so much of my time. But I never stop thinking of you. Wondering what maneuvering you're doing to take over the company and drive me out.
It's how I show my love.
Is everything ready? Good. Let's be on our way then. Goodbye, my dear. See you at the next board meeting?
Oh, I'll be keeping an eye on this little operation. Just in case. Good luck, all of you.
To the Astral Lounge. Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
if the gangs can keep from killing each other, I just might have a good day.
All right, we're here. Now, I don't know what the cellar looks like, but they'll have a security briefcase with them, larger than normal, big enough to hold the artifact. We should split up. The code phrase to identify yourself as the buyer is Ramsey and Travers. Are they? It's not like people who trade in stolen goods are eager to share personally identifying information.
Standard operating procedure for business on Neon. Cloak and dagger's par for the course.
Remember, Ramsey and Travers. We'll meet back near the elevator.
Yes. What?
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy drinking? It's worth exactly 0 credits. Same as my career. So don't get any ideas. Oh really? I heard you all have a meeting in a few minutes, don't you? In one of those fancy VIP lounges? Speaking of which, I gotta get going myself. Excuse me. I have a meeting to get to. I think you do too, yeah.
I just saw Arcella walk by. Good job. That's not surprising. This is a deal over stolen property, after all. Anything could go wrong. Now, before we head in there, let me go over the ground rules. He'll ask for twice what we agreed on. That's normal. He'll probably try to walk out. That's normal, too. Don't worry about the amount we actually settle on. The Stroud-Eklund Discretionary Fund is just a chip to you and me. Our goal is to get him to accept that chip in exchange for the artifact. Anything goes as long as it's in our hands, and we're not dead. How does that sound? That's why you're here. Hopefully our combined countenance will be enough, but grabbing the artifact and running is an option. Just do me a favor and treat it as a last resort. I have a reputation.
Excuse me. So you're Stroud. You look different in person.
Our public relations always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
Your security here going to stand or sit for this little meeting? Making me nervous. Flexing the muscles already, huh? Fine.
Am I to assume that briefcase has our item of interest?
Yeah, here it is.
Well, look at that.
One of a kind. And I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Things have changed. I want double.
Now, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know, but your security here seems to have some fancy gear. Why don't they chip in? Oh, really? And how do you know that? Who talked?
Does it matter? We know you're in a fix, and we're still willing to buy. For the agreed-upon amount.
I got people after me, okay? I can't just settle on what we agreed on. I need more so I can disappear.
That's not our problem. We came here expecting one amount. Now you want another.
You telling me Walter Stroud ain't got the cash? I'll walk out of this booth right now. I leave now. I can get a jump start on the people after me, instead of you all wasting my time.
You'd be on your way already if you just take the money I'm offering you and shut up. What's it going to be? Take or walk?
All right, you win. Hand over the money. This thing is all yours.
Well done. Some high-pressure tactics, but we got what we were after. Time to go home, shall we?
Stop right there. You're in possession of Slayton Aerospace property.
Ah. Slayton must have been the original owner. We don't need to do this. All's fair on Neon. Am I right?
Hand over Mr. Slayton's property. Now.
There a problem here?
Yes. This armed thug was trying to steal our belongings.
I'm going to need you to back away from our VIPs. Now.
Fine, but you can't stay in the Astral Lounge forever, Stroud. Nicholas Slayton's already got your number.
Sending armed men into the Astral Lounge. Slayton must be serious about getting the artifact back. We'd better get off the planet quickly. Ace. Something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
Slayton has put a bounty on your heads. He squeezed a few palms. Your ship's been impounded at the spaceport.
There goes our way out. The CEO of Slayton Aerospace. They're a systems manufacturer. Engines, thrusters. The same way everything works on Neon. Money. It's terrible at keeping secrets. Yes, I'm fully aware this has not gone according to plan.
Slayton Aerospace has offices here in the trade tower. If Nicholas is moving this quickly, he must be there or close by.
Let's head to their lobby, shall we? See if we can make an appointment.
I'll be making some calls. See if I can't lend a hand.
Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous. Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. Anything and everything a person could want. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided to make our mark on interstellar travel. And now the brand is nearly synonymous with starships. I still get questions from reporters wanting to know just how we pulled that transition off. And my answer is always the same. Money solves everything. Oh, interesting question. Neon is the ultimate playground for people who have money. And that means we exhaust ourselves sabotaging each other. It's fun, but a huge waste. Stroud Eklund as a company doesn't believe in restraint, but sometimes I wonder if Neon's lack of a moral authority isn't hurting everyone, even us.
Wait. This clearly isn't the executive level. He's on to us.
Walter. Taking what's mine and then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right. We've got her out. Once the door's open, just follow her instructions, okay? Well, if my wife and I could gallantly offer your majesty a rescue from certain death, let's go.
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. Security is on foot. No point slipping through unnoticed now. You'll have to fight your way to the exit.
All you.
Trying to shut down that robot remote. Got it. Scrambling the protocols. There's the door. It should take you outside. There's a series of catwalks that lead directly.
Well, I guess after you. To the executive level. You're doing Constellation proud.
Too much! Getting out of here!
You're coming in just behind the executive elevators. I'll call the one on the far end, and you can walk right over the top.
You know, it's moments like this that really makes Neon the best place to do business. You steal what's mine. I trap you in the city. You infiltrate my office. I lock it down. Where else can you match wits for the highest stakes but here? You have what's mine. I, indirectly, have what's yours. We are at a stalemate. Although I do count a few more guns on my side. I do admit, having the co-CEO of Stroud Eklund in my office is quite the opportunity.
How are your quarterlies looking, Nicholas? Perhaps we can add Slayton Aerospace to our supply chain, provided this unpleasantness was behind us.
Yes, I think that could be a most beneficial exchange. There is just the small matter of paying for the humiliation. Mr. Musgrove, my former employee, and the thief responsible for our serendipitous meeting, was caught prior to your arrival. I think it would cement our new partnership if you were to decide on his sentence yourselves. If you wish, you will have the opportunity to tell him yourself, shortly.
If you got a bad guy, even a little bitty bad guy, usually you bring them in. Your call, though.
My security brought Musgrove to my office. I'm sure seeing you again will be a fine conclusion to your previous business.
Just let him go.
I've got
No
some
sense
stuff
in
on my mind.
movements.
When you have the time.
We have an opportunity to spare a man's life. I know he probably wouldn't do the same for us, but that shouldn't matter.
Oh no. You. Slayton really does have a sick sense of humor. Same old song, huh? You know how this works. Just make up your mind.
I don't need to tell you this, but we don't need to kill him. We were taking advantage of his initiative, after all. And we got what we wanted.
Thank you.
You just won the lottery, pal. Don't waste it.
A rare moment of compassion for this city. Very well. I'll clear things up with the authorities. You're free to go.
Time to go. Let's talk more back at the ship.
Don't worry. You'll never see me again.
You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
This was a good meeting. Very.
Get going. Mr. Slayton.
Deal with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think? After this, with enough Chandra Vineyards Merlot in me, I just might.
I'll just sit that one out. But I might take the Merlot first.
All in all, a great success. Thank you for allowing me to tag along with Constellation's newest star. Yes, I used a pun. Forgive me.
I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse than Constellation. You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
Got a moment?
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
Ready here. Chorus good tip.
Orbit locked. Ooh, just look at that
That's not any type of ship I recognize.
You see much, but our ship is created from a power beyond your understanding. Its semblance to your own vessels only aids us in masking our presence. We are the Starborn, and you are unworthy to possess the artifacts.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge, or drown in it. The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance. We'll get through this. Hold on!
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat.
Starborn. Never heard of them. We have a new competitor in this artifact.
How is Neon? Are you okay? No? Wait, what happened? Who was after you?
Take a look at the ship's sensor data. I think everybody needs to see this.
All right, I'll start transferring the data over now. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. Is that a prototype? No, that material isn't anything we... What the... Everyone, come take a look at this.
That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe?
No United Colonies Admiral approved that starship design.
They call themselves the Starborn. Demanded we hand over the artifact. Like we were children, playing with their parents' things.
What do people know? Any offshoot groups go by that name?
None in any corner of the settled systems I've seen. Maybe a distant human colony finally popping its head up. Another house for Rune.
I very much doubt that.
We ignoring the obvious here? A heretofore unknown group who just happens to know about the artifacts. I'm just gonna say it. Intelligent alien life, or extra-dimensional beings. The original creators from the furthest fringes of space.
Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden knowledge not apt here?
So, we have a lot of theories, but nothing concrete. Except that they're after the artifacts, and they're willing to take them by force.
Just because we can't ID it, doesn't mean it's not one of ours. It's got shields, engines, all the usual settled systems tech.
I don't mean to judge your grasp of material engineering, but I've never seen a starship built out of whatever that is. Although I bet if you put that ship hull and an artifact under the same lens, you'd get a match.
Noel, start analyzing all the data from the ship sensors. The gravitational wave they caused, scans of their weapons, shields, everything. We're in the dark. We need to learn anything about them we can, including some way to fight them if necessary. Until then, we stay the course. collect the artifacts. It's even more important now that an intelligence we don't know or understand is looking for them. That ship could be anywhere in deep space. Even if we got lucky, a single grav jump and we'd lose them. All we can do is be more cautious, but we are not stopping. This could end up being a race we don't want to lose. Vladimir, has the Eye picked up anything new?
Some glints of shine in the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you please.
All right. Good luck, everyone. And be careful out there.
Let's talk. When you have time, of course.
I'd like to talk to you.
So you got time for a quick chat?
A chance.
I'd appreciate it when you're able.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point. Not my first time in a hostile negotiation, as you well know. Admittedly, I usually know more about who I'm facing off against. I'm very interested in what Noel can learn from the scans. The technology on that ship was impressive, to say the least. If there's a chance, we could learn enough to duplicate some of it. I got to where I am by taking advantage of opportunities, no matter where I find them. Might as well make the most of this crazy situation. Oh, right. I was afraid you were going to bring that up again. Very well. Let's see if I embarrass myself or not. My colleagues, I venture out into the darkness of space once again. Many of you have expressed concern. At my age, you say, surely the risks are too great. Surely Sebastian Banks has earned a rest. Nonsense, I say. To go out into the unknown, to brave the possibility of never coming back, to ignite the spark of hope that humanity will find answers out there in the stars, that is all I have ever wanted. If this last expedition is my time, then I say, I have been fortunate. I have been fortunate to leave, surrounded by people who could not be more different from one another, but who share a common purpose. That, dare I say, I am fortunate. My soul has a home it can always come back to. And that was the last thing Sebastian Banks ever said in the lodge before he disappeared. And Constellation has been waiting for him to come home ever since. Goodbye.